It started with whispers at night. Not from outside, but from within our own walls. And as much as I wanted to believe it was just stress or imagination, deep down, I knew something was wrong. What I didn't expect was that the danger wasn't coming from a stranger. It was coming from someone we loved. My wife's own sister. 3 months ago, my sister-in-law, Sana, moved in with us after her messy divorce. She had nowhere else to go. Her voice trembled when she spoke, her eyes seemed tired from crying, and she clutched her suitcase like a lifeline. My wife, Zara, didn't hesitate for a second. "She's family," she said. "We help our own." So, we prepared the guest room, made space in the closet, and tried to offer her a sense of normalcy. At first, things felt manageable. Sana was quiet, polite, and overly helpful, almost too much. She cooked meals, cleaned obsessively, and insisted on doing the laundry, even ours. It was like she was trying to prove she deserved to be there. But something in her eyes always unsettled me. Her smile never reached her eyes. Her gaze lingered just a second too long. And her footsteps, they never made a sound. A week later, small oddities began to surface. I'd find lights on in rooms I hadn't entered. The dog, usually calm and playful, started avoiding the hallway near Sana's room. He would whimper, tail between his legs, and stare at something invisible. Our daughter, Layla, just 5 years old, came into our room one night and whispered, "The lady in the hallway said I can't play anymore." Zara thought she was just having nightmares, but I wasn't so sure. One morning, I noticed something carved into the mirror of our hallway bathroom. It was faint, like scratched in with a nail or something sharp. One word. Run. I rubbed it off and tried to dismiss it. Maybe Layla did it. Maybe it was there before. But the next day, it appeared again, this time with a smear of something reddish beside it. I didn't mention it to Zara. Not yet. I started paying more attention to Sana. She barely ate with us anymore. She stayed in her room with the door closed most of the day, and once, when I passed by, I heard her whispering something. I paused. It wasn't English. It wasn't even any language I recognized. Just slow, steady, rhythmic chanting, low and hollow, like it wasn't meant for anyone to hear. Curiosity got the better of me. One night, I waited until everyone was asleep. I crept toward her room, barefoot to avoid making noise. Her door was slightly ajar. Inside, the room glowed faintly. She had set up candles on the floor, 12 of them, surrounding a bowl filled with a dark liquid. Our family photos were spread in a circle around the bowl, each tied with black string. She sat in the center, eyes wide, lips moving. Her voice was flat, void of emotion, like she wasn't even present in her own body. I backed away before she saw me. But I couldn't sleep after that. Something about the way she looked at the flame, it wasn't human. The next morning, I confronted Zara. She looked at me like I was exaggerating. "She's grieving," she said. "She's probably just trying to find peace in her own way." But that same afternoon, Layla collapsed during lunch. No warning, no signs, she just fell to the floor, trembling. We rushed her to the hospital, but every test came back normal. The doctors were puzzled. I wasn't. Something was happening inside that house. That night, I confronted Sana directly. She didn't deny it. She didn't even blink. She just looked at me with a slight smile and said, "You shouldn't have seen that." Then she walked past me, slow and silent, like a shadow. That night, I had the most disturbing dream. I was drowning, not in water, but in complete darkness. Voices whispered around me, thousands of them, all in that same strange language. And among them, I recognized hers. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I bought a hidden camera and installed it in her room while she was out shopping. I waited until everyone was asleep, then reviewed the footage on my laptop. What I saw made my blood run cold. At exactly 3:03 a.m. every single night, she would wake up, stand in front of a photo of our family, and repeat the same words, "Let them rot. Let them break. Let them bleed." Over and over again. Her eyes were wide open. She never blinked. I showed the footage to Zara. She turned pale. We didn't sleep that night. First thing the next morning, we contacted a local spiritual healer. He arrived with incense, prayer beads, and a seriousness in his expression that I hadn't seen before. He walked through the house, pausing in the hallway, then again outside Sanaa's room. "This is no ordinary grief," he said. "She's channeling something. And it's feeding off your family." That night, the healer performed a cleansing. He told us not to intervene, no matter what happened. As he began, the house itself seemed to resist. The walls trembled. Doors slammed on their own. We heard voices, screaming, whispering, laughing. Light bulbs shattered. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it all stopped. We rushed to Sanaa's room. She was gone. Window wide open. No footprints. No signs of struggle. Just, gone. We called the police, filed a missing persons report. Days passed. Weeks. Nothing. She had vanished without a trace. We moved not long after that. A new home. A new town. We tried to put it behind us. But some things don't stay behind. Layla still wakes up crying. Zara doesn't talk about her sister at all. And me? I still wake up at 3:03 a.m. I still check the hallway. Still glance over my shoulder when I pass a mirror. Because sometimes, I swear I see her. Behind me. Not older. Not changed. Just, watching. Smiling. Waiting.